My beloved child, I see you. Not just the version of you that others see, the one who smiles through pain, keeps going when you're tired, and nods quietly when your heart is breaking. I see beyond the surface, beyond the practiced words and silent tears. I see the part of you that aches in the dark, that cries without sound, that hopes someone will notice, but also fears what might happen if they do. You've been carrying wounds that no one asks about, hiding pain that's become too familiar, and I want you to know, I've never looked away. I know where it hurts. I know the moment the wound was made, even if you can't remember when it began. I was there when someone spoke words that crushed your spirit. I was there when they walked away and left you wondering why. I saw the nights you held your breath under the covers, just trying to make it through until morning. I never turned my face from your pain. I was beside you when you thought no one was. I've held every shattered piece of you in my hands. The world taught you to hide it, to move on, to act like nothing happened. And you did. You buried it deep. You built walls around your heart, thinking it would protect you, thinking it would help you survive. And maybe it did, but now those same walls are keeping you from healing, because what's buried doesn't disappear. It lingers, it weighs you down, it shapes how you see yourself, how you trust others, how you expect the world to respond to you. My child, I don't want you to keep living like that. I don't want you to just survive. I came to give you life, full, free, and healed. Your soul is like a field left dry in the heat of pain, cracked, barren, forgotten, but I am the rain. I am the gentle water that softens the hard places and brings life where death once ruled. You've tried to be strong, and I honor your strength. But now, let me be strong for you. Let me carry the parts that are too heavy. Let me touch the places you've been too afraid to face. I don't flinch at brokenness. I don't run from the mess. I walk into it. I kneel in the dirt with you. I weep with you. And I heal from within. You've said, "I'm fine," so many times, but I know what's behind those words. I know how you've mastered the art of being okay for everyone else, while you quietly bleed on the inside. But child, you don't have to be okay for me. You don't have to explain or prove anything. You are already fully known, fully seen, fully loved. Not despite your wounds, but even because of them. They matter to me because you matter to me. Do you know what I see when I look at you? I see beauty even in your brokenness. I see strength in your survival, yes, but even more, I see tenderness in your tears. I see courage in your vulnerability. And I see the person you're becoming, not someone free of scars, but someone made whole by grace. Every scar you carry is not a sign of failure, but of survival. And when you let me in, I take those scars and weave them into a story of redemption. There are places in your heart you've shut the door on, memories you've tried to forget, questions you've stopped asking because the answers never came. I'm not afraid of any of it. I want to go there with you, not to reopen the wounds, but to release them. Let me walk with you through the rooms you've closed off. Let me bring light into the corners you've kept dark. Let me whisper truth over the lies you've believed for too long. You are not beyond healing. There is no pain too deep, no shame too heavy, no memory too stained for me. I died to carry it. I rose to overcome it. And I live to heal you from it. This is why I came, to bind up the broken-hearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, and to comfort all who mourn. You were never meant to carry this alone. That's why I'm here. That's why I've never left. You've waited so long to feel whole again. You've tried so many ways to fix what was broken, but now I'm asking you to stop trying and start trusting. Bring me your pain. Bring me your silence. Bring me the places you don't even have words for. Just open your hands and I will meet you there. You don't need a perfect prayer, just an honest one. Even a whisper is enough. Jesus, help me, is a doorway to restoration, and when you open that door, I will come in. I will sit with you. I will stay as long as it takes. There is no rush in healing, no shame in needing time. I work gently. I heal patiently. I love relentlessly. And I will not leave halfway through. From beginning to end, I am the God who stays. Look at me now. I'm not angry with you. I'm not disappointed in your weakness. I rejoice that you're still here, that you're still listening. That despite everything, your heart is still beating. That alone is proof that healing is possible. I see the flicker of hope that refuses to die inside you, and I am fanning it into flame. This is the beginning, not the end. This is where it all turns. This is where mourning becomes dancing, ashes become beauty, and sorrow becomes testimony. Not because you fought harder, but because you finally let me hold what you couldn't. This is not your failure. This is your resurrection. Healing begins now, my beloved child. And I'm not leaving your side, my beloved child. I have seen your tears in the quiet hours when the world sleeps and no one else is watching. I was there on the nights you pressed your face into the pillow, muffling the sobs so no one would hear. I saw how your heart broke again and again, not from something new, but from old wounds that never quite healed. You've learned how to carry pain in silence, and that's why the world thinks you're strong. But I see the truth. I see how brave you are just for surviving. And I want you to know that you've never cried alone. Every tear you've ever cried, I have held as sacred. You may think your prayers were met with silence, but I heard every word. Even the ones that never made it past your lips, the sighs, the whispers, the broken phrases, I gathered them all. They were never forgotten. They were never ignored. When you felt like heaven was closed, I was closer than ever. When you thought your voice disappeared into the dark, I was already responding. Not always in the way you expected, but always in the way you needed. You've asked me, why the waiting? Why the silence? And my answer, though quiet, has always been this. I am with you. Not just in the breakthroughs, but in the in-betweens. In the waiting, I was teaching your heart to trust. In the silence, I was holding you steady. You were never being punished. You were being preserved. The waiting was not a rejection, it was a preparation. And I was preparing something beautiful. I have never been absent. In every moment you felt abandoned, I was closer than your breath. In every lonely step you took, my hands were under your feet. I didn't just walk beside you, I carried you. I held you when you thought you were falling apart, and I wept with you. Yes, I wept, because I love you that much. Your pain has always mattered to me. Not a single cry of yours has been wasted. Let me remind you of the nights that nearly broke you, when you thought it was the end, but you woke up anyway. That wasn't your strength, that was my grace. The unseen power that surrounded you, lifted you, breathed for you when you couldn't. You thought you were alone, but you were surrounded. You thought you were forgotten, but you were engraved on my heart. When you questioned whether I still cared, I was wrapping you in mercy. When you wondered if I still saw you, I was singing over you in the darkness. You didn't feel it then, but I never stopped whispering, "You are mine." Through every storm, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, I have been your refuge, and I still am. My beloved child, I don't ask you to be perfect. I don't demand that you always smile. I just want your heart, even when it's hurting, even when it's confused, even when it's tired, especially when it's tired. Come to me as you are, weary, bruised, anxious. Come, I will not turn you away. I never have. Your secret tears have watered the soil of your soul. And now, in the place where you once felt barren, I will grow something beautiful. You will see, the nights you thought were wasted have become seeds. The ache you tried to bury has become ground for glory. You thought the pain was the end of your story, but it's only the beginning. I am not afraid of your emotions. I am not distant from your suffering. I'm not the God who waits for you to get better. I'm the God who comes to you at your worst. And I stay. I stay through the crying. I stay through the silence. I stay through the nights when no one else does. I am not going anywhere. You've tried to be strong for everyone, but I never asked you to be strong alone. I created you to walk with me, not to carry the weight of sorrow in your own hands. When you cry, I do not turn away. I draw closer. I bend low to hear you. I place my hands over your heart and whisper peace. You may not always feel me, but I am there, steady, constant, unshaken. Let me in, not just to the places you're proud of, but especially the places you're ashamed of. Let me be the one who holds your story without judgment. I don't shame you for your scars. I bless them. I redeem them. I give them new meaning. The world sees your tears as weakness, but I see them as sacred. They speak of your depth, your longing, your resilience, and your courage to hope again. You don't have to earn my comfort. You don't have to clean up your emotions before coming to me. Come with the mess. Come with the confusion. Come even when you doubt. I am not afraid of your honesty. In fact, it is there, in your most vulnerable moments, that my love flows the strongest. I will sit with you through every single wave of grief. I will not grow tired. I will not pull away. Let me restore what the years have taken. Let me redeem what fear has stolen. Let me be the one who reminds you what peace feels like. It's not found in the absence of tears, but in knowing you are held through every one. That is who I am. That is what I promise. Not a life free of sorrow, but a life where you will never face sorrow alone. And one day, yes, one day, you will sing again. Not because the pain never came, but because it no longer controls you. You will tell your story, and it will carry light for others walking in the dark. Your tears will have purpose. Your journey will become a well of hope for the broken-hearted. And when you look back, you'll see I was there all along. Healing continues now, my beloved child, and I'm still not leaving your side. My beloved child, you may wonder if what you carry is too much for me. The pain you've buried, the betrayal you've endured, the words that still echo from your past. You may believe they are beyond healing, but I am here to tell you the truth. There is no wound too deep, no scar too old, no story too broken for my healing hand. I am not intimidated by your pain. I do not shrink back when I see your wounds. I come closer. The things that others have walked away from, I run toward. The memories you try to hide, I gently uncover, not to shame you, but to heal you. You may think that some of your wounds have defined you, that they've become part of who you are, but I created you long before the pain came, and I am restoring you to who you truly are. The one I love, the one I delight in, the one I call mine. Some wounds were caused by betrayal, when someone you trusted walked away or turned against you. That betrayal was never my will. But even in that devastation, I was present. I was weeping with you. I was surrounding you with grace. And now I'm taking those shattered places and piecing them together. Not the same as before, but stronger. Not because you were never broken, but because my healing has made you whole. Some wounds come from childhood. Words spoken over you that were never true, or love that should have been given but was withheld. I saw the little child within you. I never turned away, and now I come as the father you always needed. I speak truth over every lie. I speak belonging over every rejection. I speak love over every silence. And then there are wounds you've inflicted on yourself. The regret, the guilt, the moments when you believed you ruined everything. My child, nothing is beyond redemption. Nothing is too far gone for my grace. I do not define you by your mistakes. I define you by my mercy. What you think disqualifies you is exactly where I begin my restoration. Let me into the rooms you've locked away. Let me step into the places you avoid. You don't need to fix yourself before you invite me in. I heal from the inside out. My love is not a surface remedy. It is a deep restoration. I don't cover up wounds. I renew them. I don't ignore scars. I transform them into testimonies. I am the one who touched lepers, who welcomed the outcast, who raised the dead. I am not afraid of your brokenness. In fact, I choose to dwell in it. I meet you in your lowest place, so I can lift you into something new. Your pain is not a problem to me. It is a place for my power to work. Even now I am stitching together what was torn. I am breathing new life into what felt dead. I am restoring the years that pain tried to steal. You may not see the full picture yet, but the process has already begun. Healing is not always instant. Sometimes it is a quiet rebuilding, moment by moment, breath by breath. You are not being punished. You are being restored. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of something beautiful. I know how to take ashes and form beauty. I know how to turn mourning into dancing. I know how to make all things new. And that includes you. Stay close to me. Trust the hands that formed you to also heal you. There is no wound I cannot reach, no depth I cannot fill, no darkness I cannot light up. I am the healer of hearts, the restorer of souls, the lover who never leaves. You are not abandoned. You are in the process of healing. My beloved child, lift your eyes. Look beyond the wound. See me standing with you, not ashamed of your pain, but committed to your healing. I am not rushing you. I am not disappointed in your pace. I am walking with you, one step at a time. And I will not stop until your heart beats free again. So many times you've looked at your wounds and believed they disqualified you from joy, from love, from purpose. But I want you to see them differently. What once made you hide your face, I will use to reveal my glory. The very places that hurt the most will become places of ministry. Your deepest sorrow will birth the deepest compassion. What you thought disqualified you will qualify you to carry hope to others. Let me remind you, I do not waste pain. I redeem it. I reshape it. I turn it into rivers in dry places. You are not broken beyond repair. You are chosen for healing. And that healing is not just for you. It is for the lives you'll touch through your testimony. Others will look at you and see not the wound, but the wonder of how far you've come. And they will ask how. And your answer will be me. So do not fear the process. Do not rush the unfolding. Trust that the same hands that shaped you in the beginning are restoring you now. I have never stopped working on your behalf, and I never will. What I began in you, I will bring to completion, because I am not just the God who sees your wounds. I am the one who heals them all. Healing continues now, my beloved child, and I'm still not leaving your side, my beloved child. You may feel like something inside you is ruined, like your worth has diminished because of what you've done, what you've lost, or what others have said about you. But let me tell you the truth. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are not disposable. You are simply hurting, and pain does not disqualify you from my love. It draws me even closer. I know there are moments when you've looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself, moments when shame wrapped itself around your identity and told you that you were too damaged to matter. But shame is not your name. Guilt is not your home. Regret is not your label. I named you before the world ever tried to rename you. And I have never taken my eyes off you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the worst thing you've done. You are not unworthy. The world may measure worth by perfection, performance, or success. But I look at your heart. I look at the child I created in love, and I see someone worth redeeming. I see someone still capable of joy, still worthy of grace, still called by name. Let go of the voice that tells you you're too messed up to be loved. That voice does not come from me. I do not speak condemnation. I speak restoration. I am not pointing fingers. I am opening my arms. My love is not earned by your goodness. It is given because of who I am, and I am love itself. No one is too far gone. No story is too messy. No heart is too shattered. In my eyes, you are never beyond hope. The cracks in your soul are not signs of failure. They are where my light comes in. I want to sit with you in the pain, not to fix you from a distance, but to hold you up close, to remind you that healing is not about being perfect. It's about being present with me. I know you've heard voices say you are not enough, that you are too broken, too complicated, too weak. But I say this to you now, you are mine, you are not a burden. You are a treasure, you are not a lost cause, you are a beloved soul worth fighting for. You don't need to prove your worth to me, you don't have to perform, pretend, or earn anything. I chose you before you could ever earn anything. I loved you before you could ever love me back. My love doesn't come with conditions, it comes with commitment. I have stayed through your storms. I have wept with you in your silence. I have held you when you couldn't hold yourself together. Remember the story of the prodigal son, the one who left home, wasted everything, and came back ashamed? I was the father in that story. I didn't wait with crossed arms. I ran toward him. I embraced him before he said a word. And I do the same for you. Before you can explain, before you can repent, before you can fix anything, I have already wrapped you in my grace. You don't have to earn your way back to me. You only have to come. You only have to say yes. And even if you don't know how to do that, just the longing in your heart is enough. I see it, I feel it, and I move toward it. Every inch you take toward me, I meet with miles of mercy. You are not broken. You are just in pain. And I am not going to let that pain have the final word. I will sit with you until you can stand. I will walk with you until you can run. I will stay until your soul knows again that it is loved, seen, chosen, and whole. Even now I am binding up what has been torn. I am gathering the pieces. I am making something new. You may feel like you've fallen apart, but I see a mosaic of grace forming. What the world calls ruined, I call restored. What the world says is too late, I say is just beginning. So breathe, my child, let the weight go. Let the shame fall. Let the lies melt in the light of my voice. I am not angry with you. I am not tired of you. I am here for you, always have been. Always will be. This pain you carry, it will not last forever. This heaviness, it will not crush you. Because I am with you, and I am greater than whatever tried to break you. And if today all you can do is breathe, then breathe. If all you can do is whisper my name, then whisper it. That is enough. That is holy. That is worship. I don't measure you by your strength, but by your surrender. You are not weak because you need me. You are strong because you trust me in the middle of the pain. There will be days when the healing feels invisible, but I will still be working beneath the surface. There will be nights when the ache returns, but I will be your comfort in the dark. This journey is not about how fast you move. It's about who walks with you, and I am still here steady. Faithful, close. I am not just the God who heals. I am the God who stays, and I'm not leaving your side, my beloved child. I know there have been moments when your past has spoken louder than your present, when memories have echoed so strongly that you've believed them more than my promises. But let me speak to your heart now. What happened in your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. Your story is not over. Your identity is not sealed in shame. And your destiny is not determined by yesterday's pain. You've carried labels the world gave you, words spoken in anger, decisions made in fear, and moments that left you wounded. These things may have become familiar to you, but they were never part of the name I gave you. You are not your mistakes. You are not the rejection. You are not the failure. You are mine. The enemy wants you to believe that your past is your prison, that you're locked into a story you can't change. But I hold the keys, and I'm not afraid of what's behind those locked doors. I go with you into the places you've hidden away, not to condemn you, but to bring light. The truth is your past is just one chapter. I am the author, and I'm still writing. Healing does not begin when your past is forgotten. It begins when your heart is open. I don't ask you to erase what happened. I ask you to bring it to me. Let me show you how I can use even the broken parts to build something beautiful. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Some of the pain you carry isn't even yours to own. It was placed on you by others. Abuse, abandonment, words that cut deep. You didn't choose that pain, but it still shaped your story. And even that I will redeem. I will take what others meant for harm and use it for good. I will write healing where there was harm. I will plant hope where there was despair. You may look at your past and see failure, but I see seeds. I see places where my love is ready to grow. You are not stuck. You are not beyond change. In fact, change is already happening, not when you are perfect, but when you surrender. When you say yes to me, even with trembling hands and unsure steps, you begin to walk into freedom. Freedom doesn't mean forgetting. It means seeing differently. It means standing in the same place with new eyes. And I will help you see. I will show you who you are, beyond the memories, beyond the shame, beyond the labels. You are not defined by what you've done or what's been done to you. You are defined by what I've done for you. There's more to your life than what's behind you. There's more to your story than the chapters you regret. I am the one who turns ashes into beauty, who makes rivers in the desert, who speaks life into dry bones. Your past does not scare me. I look at it and see what I can redeem. I know there are days when the past feels heavier than hope. When you replay old conversations, old decisions, and wonder if things could have been different. But child, you are not alone in those thoughts. I'm with you even there. And I whisper gently, your future is still unfolding. Let me carry what you cannot change. Let me show you that your past was never meant to be your identity. It is a place you walked through, not a place you belong. And now I'm walking with you forward, one step at a time. Into peace, into purpose, into renewal. You do not have to fear repeating your mistakes. With me, every morning is new. My mercy is not limited. My grace does not run out. You are not the same person you once were. You are growing, becoming, healing. And I celebrate every small step you take. When others define you by your history, I define you by your heart. When they see scars, I see stories of survival. When they see wounds, I see places where my love is taking root. The process of transformation is not always visible, but it is always real. You are not being repaired. You are being remade. You are not being patched up. You are being renewed. I don't simply fix what's broken. I create something entirely new. You are a new creation in me, not someday, but starting now. This is not the end of your journey. This is the moment your story turns. When you stop living from the pain of the past and start moving in the power of grace. I will not waste one moment of what you've walked through. I will use it all, every tear, every scar, every silence, to tell a story of redemption the world needs to hear. So breathe again. Hope again. Trust again. You are not stuck in what was. You are stepping into what is becoming. Let me lead you there. You are not shaped by the wounds. You are being reshaped by my love. There is no past too painful that I cannot redeem, no decision so damaging that I cannot transform it into wisdom. The journey of healing is not about pretending the past never happened. It is about allowing me to show you how even those places have meaning when placed in my hands. I do not ignore your history. I rewrite it with grace. Every step you take away from shame is a step into your real identity, the one I gave you from the very beginning. You were not created to live under guilt or fear. You were made to walk in freedom, with your head held high and your heart made whole. I have seen every part of your story, and still I call you good. Still I call you mine. You are becoming more than your history ever allowed you to imagine. You are walking out of the shadows and into the light. You are no longer who you were. You are who I am making you to be. And I will not stop shaping you until every part of you shines with the beauty of redemption. My beloved child, There are times when the path you walk feels like a valley covered in shadows. The air feels heavy. The silence feels loud. And it seems like I have disappeared. I know you've looked around in the darkness and whispered, "God, where are you?" I heard you. I was there. I am still there. You see, darkness does not mean I have abandoned you. It simply means the light is hidden for a while. And even when you can't see me, I have never stopped walking beside you. In fact, I'm not only beside you, I am also behind you, holding your steps, and ahead of you, preparing the road. I know how it feels when hope is a faint flicker, when pain drowns out peace and weariness weighs down your soul. But even in that valley, I am closer than ever. I do not disappear when things get difficult. I draw near. I carry what you cannot. I weep with you. I wait with you, and I never leave your side. You may not realize it, but you've made it through days you thought would break you, and it wasn't your strength alone that carried you. It was me. I was the one who steadied your trembling knees, who whispered strength into your breath, who held you when you didn't know you were being held. There were nights when your tears fell silently onto your pillow, and you thought no one noticed. But I saw everyone. Not a single tear escaped my gaze. I caught them. I honored them. I kept them close. Because I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am the Father who sits with you in the dark and speaks peace into your fear. You may feel like you've lost your way, but you haven't. I am still guiding you, not with pressure, but with presence. Not with demands, but with love. My voice may be quiet, but it has never stopped calling your name. And even if you wander, I will come find you. Even if you fall, I will be there to lift you. Do you remember when you stumbled and everything in you felt too weak to rise? That was not the end. That was the moment I became the ground beneath your fall. You did not crash. You were caught. You did not fail. You were held. I am the soft earth beneath your feet, and I will never let you be shattered beyond repair. Darkness cannot hide you from me. Silence cannot drown out your prayers. Fear cannot push me away. Nothing can separate you from my love, not death, not failure, not even doubt. You are not walking alone. Even in the places where your eyes can't see, I am present. This valley may feel endless, but it isn't. Every step you take, even the smallest one, is progress. Every breath you draw in pain is a breath I breathe with you, and one day soon, light will break through the shadows. Not because you fought harder, but because you never walked alone. You may not be where you want to be yet, but look how far you've come, and look who has brought you here. My hand has never left yours. My presence has never disappeared, and my heart has never stopped beating for you. When you are tired, rest in me. When you are scared, lean on me. When you are unsure, listen for my whisper. I am the steady presence that never leaves. The gentle voice that speaks when the noise fades, the unshakable foundation beneath your trembling world. Even now, as you read this, I am with you. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, and you are not invisible. I see you, I love you, I will walk with you to the end of this valley and beyond. This darkness will not last forever, I promise. There is a sunrise coming. And when it breaks through, you will see just how close I was all along. You will see that every tear, every silence, every step was not wasted. It was held. It was witnessed. It was sacred. Let this valley become holy ground. Let it be the place where you find me more deeply than ever before, not in the brightness of clarity, but in the stillness of trust. I am not waiting at the end of your journey. I am right here in the middle of it, and I'm not leaving. You don't need to fix yourself to feel me. You don't need to find your way out before you find me in it. I am not afraid of the dark. I go where you go. I stay when others run. I remain when the noise fades and you're left with silence and questions. So lean into me now. Rest your weary heart. Let go of the guilt you've carried for breaking, for doubting, for slowing down. I do not call you weak. I call you brave for continuing when it would have been easier to give up. I call you mine, and I have never stopped walking with you. When you cannot take another step, I will carry you. When you lose the path, I will lead you. And when you feel like there's no way through, I will make a way. I am not only your guide. I am your ground. Even when you fall into my grace. Let this truth sink in. You have never been alone, not for a moment, not even in the darkest valley. And when the day comes, when the shadows finally lift and the valley lies behind you, you will not come out empty. You will come out stronger, softer, and more certain of my love. The darkness that once tried to bury you will become the soil from which your testimony will bloom. You will speak of me not just with words, but with the depth of someone who has walked through pain and still held on. This is not where your story ends. This is where something deeper begins. Not in the absence of struggle, but in the presence of trust. Walk forward, even slowly, knowing I am in every step. And when your journey through the valley is complete, you will look back and see that you were never alone. Not for one breath, not for one step, not even once. My beloved child, you've been carrying so much for so long. I see it in your eyes, in the heaviness of your heart, and in the way you move through your days. You've grown used to the weight, haven't you? So much so that you almost forget it's there until something small presses down and everything feels like it's about to break. But I'm here now, and I'm asking you to lay it down. You don't need to keep holding what's been breaking you. You don't need to keep pretending you're fine when you're not. Strength is not proven by how long you endure alone. Strength is found in surrender, not to the pain, but to me. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you've been holding on too tightly for too long without rest. Come closer now. Breathe. You're safe. Let the tears come if they need to. I do not shame your weariness. I do not demand perfection. I only ask that you let me carry what was never yours to bear alone. There is no medal for exhausting yourself. There is no glory in silence when your soul is screaming. Come to me, weary one, and I will give you rest. You've tried so hard to hold everything together. Your emotions, your responsibilities, your past, your relationships, your image. But you were not created to carry it all. You were created to walk with me. I am the shepherd. I am the burden bearer. You are not failing by letting go. You are healing by trusting me. Letting go doesn't mean losing control. It means returning control to the one who loves you more than you understand, to the one who sees the whole picture, to the one who walks every step with you, even the ones you take with trembling knees. I do not ask you to run ahead. I only ask you to come and rest. Rest is not weakness. It is where healing begins. You've been told that stopping means you're falling behind, but in my kingdom, rest is progress. It is in rest that you hear my voice most clearly. It is in surrender that you finally begin to heal, not by effort, but by grace. There are burdens I never placed on your shoulders. Expectations, pressures, comparisons. You've picked them up over time, thinking they were necessary. But they've only made your soul tired. So let them fall. I am not asking you to be everything. I am asking you to let me be everything for you. You're not running from responsibility. You're returning to relationship. This is not escape, this is sanctuary. I do not offer escape from your life. I offer peace in the middle of it. Resting in me doesn't mean nothing changes around you. It means you are finally changed within. Let go of the lie that says you must always be strong. I made you to feel, to need, to lean. And I have always been here, waiting for the moment you'd stop striving long enough to notice. I want your heart, not your performance. Your presence, not your perfection. Some of what you're carrying is rooted in fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of disappointing others. Fear of what might happen if you finally stop holding it all. But here's the truth. I am already holding it all. I've been carrying what you thought you needed to control, and I'm inviting you to rest in that truth. You're not alone, not in your exhaustion, not in your letting go. I understand your tears more than you think. I've seen every sleepless night, every silent cry, every forced smile, and I've held you through it all, even when you didn't feel me. My beloved child, it's time. Let go, not into the void, but into my arms. I'm not asking you to drop everything and fall apart. I'm asking you to hand me what's crushing you. I'm asking you to come as you are, weary, burdened, unsure, and I will give you rest. Even now my hands are open. Even now my heart is ready. I'm not far. I'm not watching from a distance. I am near to the broken-hearted, close to the crushed in spirit. And I say again, come and rest, come and breathe. Come and be held. You don't need to be okay to be with me. You just need to be honest. And even if you don't have words, I understand the language of your silence. I know the weight you carry, and I know the rest you long for. And both belong to me. Let me remind you of the promise I made. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is not a condition. It is a gift. You do not need to prove your exhaustion to receive comfort. I already know, and I already welcome you. There is nothing more powerful than a heart that chooses to rest in love instead of striving in fear. There is nothing more sacred than the moment you lay down your armor and allow yourself to be seen. I don't need you to be strong for me. I just want to be strong for you. Letting go might feel like losing something, but it's actually how you begin to receive. Receive peace. Receive grace, receive strength that doesn't depend on your effort. I want to carry you into a place where the burdens no longer define you and where joy begins to grow again. You don't have to keep doing this alone. You never did. Every moment you've held on, I've been beside you, and now I'm gently taking your hand and leading you into a new rhythm, one where rest is holy, where surrender is strength, and where healing begins with just one word. Yes, yes to letting go, yes to grace. Yes to me, my beloved child. There are places within you that even you do not visit, hidden corners of memory and pain, tucked away in the locked rooms of your heart. You've pushed them aside, hoping they would be forgotten. Maybe you thought ignoring them would make them disappear. But I see them. I see the rooms you've closed off. And today I'm asking gently, will you let me in? I'm not forcing my way in. I never do. I come as one who knocks softly on the door. I don't bring judgment or shame. I bring light. I bring healing. The pain you've buried does not scare me. The memories you've locked away do not make me turn back. In fact, those are the places I long to meet you the most. There is an old room inside your heart. Maybe you haven't stepped inside it for years. Maybe you've forgotten what's even there. The walls are cracked. Dust lingers in the air. The light has not touched it in a long time, but I stand at the door, not to condemn what's inside, but to restore it. To bring life where death tried to remain, to make beauty from brokenness. Let me take your hand. Let's open the door together. You don't have to face it alone. I've already been there. I've seen everything, the hurt, the fear, the sorrow, and still I love you. Still I want you. Still I stay. There is nothing hidden that I cannot heal, no wound too old, no scar too deep. You may ask, why go back? Why revisit what hurt me? Because healing doesn't come by forgetting. It comes by bringing the pain into the light of my presence, not to relive it, but to redeem it. What once wounded you can now be a wellspring of wisdom and compassion. If you let me walk with you through it, I will show you that even the most painful places can be transformed. You don't need to relive the trauma. You only need to trust me enough to open the door. I will never rush you. I will never overwhelm you. I walk at your pace. I speak in whispers. I heal with gentleness. I won't tear down your walls. I'll help you dismantle them brick by brick until light floods the room again. I know you've been afraid. Afraid of what will rise up if you remember. Afraid of what it means if the pain is still there. But let me assure you, you are not defined by what happened to you. You are not shaped by the silence or the shadows. You are shaped by my love, and I am not afraid of the dark. Sometimes healing begins with simply saying, "This hurts," and I will be there when you say it. I will not pull away. I will stay. I will sit with you in the rubble until you can see the outline of restoration. I am not here to expose you. I am here to resurrect you. There are places in your heart where you've whispered, "No one can ever know this." But I already do. And I'm not walking away. I didn't come to shame you. I came to rescue what was lost. I came to breathe life into what has been buried under years of silence. I came to redeem what the world tried to destroy. You may have learned to live around the pain, to build your life on top of it. But I want to go deeper. I want to reach the foundation, not to shake it apart, but to strengthen it. I want to pour my presence into the cracks and make you whole again, not patched, whole. So here I am, standing at the door. Not with anger, not with force, but with love that waits. Love that listens, love that never gives up. I will not barge in. I will not demand. I will knock and wait for your yes. And when you say yes, even in a whisper, I will enter with peace. I will not come with noise or shame. I will come with grace. I will sit in the silence and stay until the healing has begun. I will hold what you've hidden. I will love what you've hated. I will restore what you thought was ruined forever. Let me in. Let me bring the light to the forgotten room. Let me speak truth over the lies that grew in the dark. Let me remind you that you are not the things that happened to you. You are not the shame you carry. You are not the silence that swallowed your voice. You are mine. You are chosen. You are worthy of healing. And when the door opens and the light spills into that room, you will not see judgment. You will see me, kneeling in the dust, reaching for your hand. I will not recoil. I will not flinch. I will smile gently, knowing this is the beginning of something sacred. This is where the healing begins, not in the hiding, but in the unveiling. You don't have to rush the process. You don't have to understand it all. You just need to stay with me. Let me teach you that vulnerability is not weakness, it is worship. That remembering is not regression, it is redemption. And that every room in your heart is safe when I am there with you. There will come a day when you'll walk freely through every part of your heart. No shame, no fear. Only light. Because you let me in. Because you said yes to healing. And because my love never gave up. Let that day begin now. With one step, one breath, one quiet yes, my beloved child. You may not believe it right now, but the light is coming back. Not as a distant hope, but as a promise. Not because everything will go back to how it used to be, but because something new is being born. Something better, something deeper, something lasting. The pain you've walked through is not the end of your story. It is the soil where resurrection begins. You've cried in the dark for so long that your eyes adjusted to it. You've forgotten what light even looks like. But I haven't. I've been preparing this sunrise for you. I've been tending to the roots you thought were dead. And I promise you, the day is coming when your soul will feel warmth again. Not the temporary warmth of escape, but the true warmth of healing. You won't have to chase the light. It will rise in you. Because the light is not out there. The light is me in you. I am your dawn. I am your morning after the longest night, and I do not come to blind you. I come to restore your sight. I come to show you what life looks like when seen through the lens of love and grace. There is nothing in your past that disqualifies you from this light. There is no shadow so thick that my presence cannot pierce it. You are not beyond new beginnings. In fact, the deeper your pain, the richer the healing. The more broken the ground, the more beauty I will grow from it. I do not waste suffering. I redeem it. I rewrite the story from ashes to beauty, from silence to song, from despair to hope. And that is what I am doing in you. It might be slow. It might be subtle. But the seeds of something sacred are already pushing through. You thought your wounds made you weak. But I am telling you, they are becoming places of wisdom. You thought the pain would define you, but it is becoming the very thing that refines you. What the enemy meant to destroy you, I am using to deepen your roots and strengthen your branches. You are becoming a tree planted by living water. Can you feel it? That stirring within you, that small sense that maybe, just maybe, life is not over. That is me. That is my spirit whispering that you're not done, not forgotten, not broken beyond repair. That is the light breaking in, not from the outside, but from the very center of your being. You will see the light again. But this time, it won't just be around you. It will be in you. It will be through you. You will carry it, reflect it, shine it into places you never thought you could reach. You will become a lighthouse for others who are still in the storm. And all of it, every tear, every scar, every moment you wanted to quit, will become part of the testimony you carry. You'll tell your story not with bitterness, but with boldness. Not with shame, but with sacred honor, because you'll know what it means to rise. With me, nothing is ever the end. Not heartbreak, not failure, not loss, not even death. I am the God who brings life out of graves. I am the redeemer of stories, the healer of wounds, the giver of second chances. And third, and fourth, and always. You don't need to figure it all out today. You don't need to pretend that the pain didn't matter. You only need to take the next step. Let the light in, even just a little, even if it feels like a risk. Let me show you what it means to live again, fully, freely, with joy that isn't rooted in circumstances, but in my unchanging love. There will be laughter again. Not forced, but real. There will be beauty again. Not painted over the pain, but rising from it. There will be peace again. Not the fragile peace of pretending, but the strong, steady peace of knowing you are held. And you will not walk this new path alone. I will go with you, every step, every breath, every morning. I will be the light beside you, the light within you, the light ahead of you. I will be your beginning, your middle, and your new ending. You will see the light again, and this time you'll know who it is. You may still feel fragile. That's okay. New life always begins tender, like green shoots pressing up through dry earth. You don't need to rush the process. You only need to say yes to the light, again and again, even when it's small, even when it feels faint. There is no pressure here, no deadline for your healing. I walk with you at the pace of grace. If all you can do today is breathe and believe that morning will come, that is enough. I delight in your courage, even when it's quiet. I rejoice over you, not for your strength, but for your trust. Do not compare your healing to others. Your story is uniquely sacred. Your journey unfolds in my perfect timing. What feels slow is still sacred. What feels delayed is not denied. I am doing something in you that will last. Deeper than the pain, stronger than the fear. I am building a foundation that will not be shaken. I am anchoring joy in you that cannot be stolen. I am filling your soul with peace that makes no sense to the world. And I am doing it in the very places where you once only felt loss. Let this be your turning point. Not away from the pain, but through it. Not by your own strength, but by leaning into mine. You will see the light again. And this time you will know it by name. And its name is me, my beloved child. This is not just the end of your pain, it is the beginning of something brand new. I have not only walked with you through your past, I have been preparing your future. You are not just someone who has survived. You are someone who is being rebuilt, renewed, and sent forward into a life that carries my light. The chapters of your pain will not be deleted, but they will be rewritten. They will become testimonies of mercy, markers of healing, and signs that I never left your side. What once felt like the final word will now be the foundation of your new beginning. The wounds that once defined your identity will now be reminders of my grace. You may still carry questions. You may still feel fragile. But today I am calling you to rise, not in your strength, but in mine, not with answers, but with trust. Your past has shaped you, but it will not chain you. The door to healing has opened, and the path ahead is filled with purpose. You were made for more than survival. You were made for restoration, for joy, for wholeness. I have placed eternity in your heart, and I am leading you step by step toward the fullness of life. You don't have to rush. You don't have to prove anything. You only need to say yes. Say yes to today. Say yes to the healing that has already begun. I am not asking you to forget the past. I am asking you to surrender it, to give me what still aches, what still feels heavy. I will carry it. I will transform it. I will use it to grow something sacred. You've spent so long running from the pain. Now, let me turn it into purpose. This new journey won't be without challenges. But I will go before you. I will walk beside you. I will live within you. You don't have to fear the future. I hold it. You don't have to understand the path. I am the path. You are not alone. Not now. Not ever. Take a breath, my child. Not the breath of someone afraid, but the breath of someone who is finally free. Breathe in hope. Breathe in peace. Breathe in the truth that you are loved beyond what you can comprehend. You are no longer carrying your story alone. I am in every page, every sentence, every heartbeat. Let this be your prayer. Lord, I give you all that I am, the parts that are still healing, the parts I'm still learning to love, the pieces that feel unfinished, the dreams I've buried, the fears I've carried. I give them all to you. Write something new. Yes, my beloved, that is all I've wanted, your surrender. Not your perfection, not your performance, just your open heart. Because from here I can do what only I can do. I can take the brokenness and bring life from it. I can plant joy where sorrow lived. I can lead you into a future that is not built on fear, but on faith. You are stepping out of the shadows now, not to pretend the darkness never existed, but to prove that it does not win. Light is your inheritance, peace is your promise, and love is your foundation. You were not created to carry this alone. You were created to walk with me. There is nothing in your story that I cannot redeem. No chapter too painful, no sentence too dark. I am the author who begins again. Not by erasing, but by transforming. And this day is a blank page. This moment is sacred. Not because it's free from struggle, but because you're choosing to begin anyway, with me. Let your prayer continue. Jesus, walk with me from this moment forward. Help me trust your steps when I can't see the road. Help me rest when I want to strive. Help me believe again when doubt tries to steal my joy. Help me remember that I am yours. Yes, my child, you are mine, and I am building something eternal in you. Something that will not crumble with time or trial. My love is your cornerstone. My presence is your constant. I am not waiting at the finish line. I am in every moment of the journey. You are no longer walking out of pain. You are walking into promise, into peace, into purpose. Into healing that continues, not as a one-time miracle, but as a daily invitation. I will restore your soul over and over again. I will lift you when you're tired. I will celebrate each brave step forward, so take that first step, or the next one, even if it's small, even if you're still scared, because I am not leaving. I am not disappointed. I am not distant. I am with you. And I am already rejoicing over the new life growing inside your heart. Remember this, you are not just healed. You are being made new. Your journey is not only a return from the valley, it is a rise into something higher than you ever imagined. You are not who you were. You are becoming all that I created you to be. I want you to remember this. Healing is not a destination you reach, but a relationship you walk in. Every day with me is a step deeper into life, a step into joy, a step into clarity. You won't always feel it. You won't always see how far you've come. But I do. When others doubt your story, I will defend it. When you forget who you are, I will remind you. When you feel lost again, I will come find you. You are not a project. You are a person, a soul deeply loved, a heart that matters. And I will never stop tending to you with care. Even in the days ahead, when memories try to whisper that nothing has changed, you will know the truth. You are not the same. You are not the person who entered this valley. You are the one who walked through it and came out with light in your eyes and my voice in your heart. So live, my child. Live bravely, live tenderly, live knowing that no matter what comes next, you do not face it alone. You are never alone. You never were. And now, together, we begin again. Healing begins now, my beloved child, and I'm not leaving your side.